जी Shri Avinash Reddy.
Thank you, Madam. On behalf of YSR Congress Party, we strongly reaffirm its commitment to India's national security. Operation Sindoor, launched on 7th May 2025, was a focused intelligence-led response to the horrific Pahalgam terror attack in which 26 innocent people lost their lives, Madam. TRF, a known proxy of Lashkar-e-Taiba, claimed responsibility for the attack, further confirming the continued threat of Pakistan-backed proxy warfare in Jammu and Kashmir. India's response was one of necessary deterrence, not retaliation. With remarkable precision and restraint, the armed forces avoided civilian and military zones to strike 9 identified terrorist facilities, reflecting.
For allowing me to speak on India's strong, successful and decisive Operation Sindoor. I wish opposition has taken this spirit and expressed it. Ma'am, before I start my speech, let me quote from Kautilya's Ardhashastra. When a righteous king is attacked without a cause, he must retaliate with all his might to protect his people. These are the words from Ardhashastra. These are not just ancient wisdom. They are our responsibility today, responsibility to act, to lead, responsibility to defend. 22nd April 2025. In Pahalgam, Kashmir has seen what has happened, India has seen what has happened, the world has seen what has happened. 26 civilians were killed, 20 others were injured. It was more than a violence. It was an assault on the soul of India. Tourists were held at gunpoint, asked about their religion. Based on that, they were shot dead. They were shot dead in front of their children. They were shot dead in front of their wives. This is not war, it was slaughter. Just 10 days before this has happened, I was there in Kashmir. Kashmir was thriving. Tourists were everywhere. For me to travel 30 kilometers, it took almost 1.5 hours. When I asked the driver, taxi driver, he was telling me, the last 4 years or so, the tourists were flocking into Kashmir and the economy was thriving. But this Pahalgam attack has changed everything overnight. And India, as Kautilya said, has responded. On May 7th, Operation Sindoor was not just a retaliation, it was a statement of restraint, a statement of precision, a statement of resolve. We did not act in anger, we acted in accuracy. We did not just act with emotion, but we acted with ethics. Our actions were grounded in Article 51 of the UN Charter, which guarantees the inherent right of self-defense when a nation is attacked. When a terror crosses borders, self-defense is not just a right, it becomes a duty. With Operation Sindoor, India has sent a very strong message. The message was very clear. India will wait, but India will never forget. This is not aggression, this is assertive deterrence. And behind it stood our armed forces, men and women of unmatched courage. They fought with discipline, precision and honor. On behalf of a grateful nation, I salute our Army, Navy, Air Force and Special Forces. Jai Hind to every woman, every uniform that stood between India and terror. This clarity of action, this moral assertiveness was possible because of the bold leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. Under his leadership, India moved from reactive to resolute, from strategic silence to strategic sovereignty. We have seen it with Uri surgical strikes, we have seen it with Balakot air strikes. And under the watch of Raksha Mantri, Rajnath Singh ji, Operation Sindoor was executed with both tactical brilliance and moral clarity. Moral clarity is the need of the hour. India's defense is now not just strong, it was swift, it was smart, and it was surgical. But we didn't stop at the battlefield. We took the truth to the world. 7 delegations, 32 nations. I had the honor of representing India in Qatar Ethiopia, South Africa, and Egypt. It was led by honorable member from the opposition side, Supriya Suleji. The members in this delegation came from all political parties, but when we were overseas in this delegation, we were all talking in one voice. And what we witnessed there, when we went there, was not just diplomacy. We saw solidarity. The world stood with India, not in sympathy, but in shared conviction. They saw what we stand for and what Pakistan stands for. India has a thriving democracy, whereas on the other side, Pakistan is literally an army-owned state. It has not had a prime minister who has completed 5 years of term after their independence. World has also witnessed what India has given. India has given non-violence and Gandhiji. Pakistan has given world terrorist training camps. We have given refugee to Dalai Lama, and Pakistan has given refugee to Osama bin Laden. We exported teachers, technology, and trust, whereas Pakistan exported terror. The world understands this, and it stood with us. That solidarity was not accidental. It was earned by our External Affairs Minister, Jaishankarji, and our diplomats who work tirelessly across the continents. Our diplomats have positioned India as a voice of clarity, of responsibility, and of resolve in the divided world. But when we reflect on Pahalgam, on Operation Sindoor, and diplomacy that followed, 3 urgent truths emerge. The first action point, it is time the United Nations defined terrorism. For over 30 years, India's proposed comprehensive convention on international terrorism has been ignored. It has taken so many lives. Let's not just debate about terror, let's start about defeating it. And a terrorist is not a freedom fighter. He has no religion, he has no political ideology. A terrorist is a terrorist. We call upon the government to lead a global campaign for this long overdue definition to give the world moral clarity and legal tools to act.